Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to your Rangers Review News Bulletin on this Thursday afternoon, the 13th of November. I hope you're all doing well, whatever you are up to. Lots of Rangers news doing the rounds today. So without much further ado, let's get stuck right in, shall we? Now, one of the talking points on the show this morning concerns this man here, Nadim Bayrami. Myself and Chris were discussing the Albanian coach Silvino's comments on Bayrami. He's been called up to the national squad for their World Cup doubleheader against Andorra and England. That's despite being completely overlooked by Danny Rule since he arrived at Ibrox. He's only started one game this season, that League Cup tie at home to Alloa, where he scored a cracking goal, incidentally, on the edge of the penalty area. But his last Rangers appearance was when he came on as a late sub in Russell Martin's last game as boss at the Falkirk Stadium. And of course, he was omitted from the Rangers European squad. Now, the 26-year-old remains a key man for Albania. He scored for them in his last match in a friendly win against Jordan. And Silvino, the former Arsenal left-back, remember him? He's been speaking. He says, Bayrami's been a part of a very good journey with us. Do you know who our top scorer has been in the last 3 years? It's Bayrami with 7 goals. So I want players who know how to score goals in my squad. It's true that I am not happy or satisfied with his position at his club, and he is not satisfied either. But I look at his numbers and have faith in him. So there you go. Silvino still backing Nadim Bayrami. And I would like to see him, certainly in the coming up next couple of games for Rangers. You would like to, well, I certainly would like to see more of him. It is a bit of a strange one. Was an unused sub at the weekend. Why he's not really got a look in so far. Certainly, if you look at the players in his position at this moment in time, Tello Asgard isn't exactly setting the heather alight. Is he worthy of a shot, do you reckon? Do let us know in the comments. Now, one player who is taking his opportunity under Danny Rule is this chap here, Mikey Moore, and scored, of course, in that game against Dundee in the 3-0 win. And former Rangers defender and midfielder Andy Halliday admits he was wrong with his criticism of Moore, who looks at a different player under Rule. He's backtracked on his comments that he made previously. And this is what he had to say on Radio Clyde yesterday. He says, I can only give my honest opinion. He said his time at Rangers before Daniel came into the door, I never saw any good performances, any flashes from Mikey Moore to suggest he was ready for the expectations and the demands of Rangers. Since Danny Rule has come in the door, I stand corrected. I think he's been excellent in 4 out of 5 games he's played in, and he just looks like a completely different player. He has that freedom and that little bit of not quite a free role, but freedom to roam about the inside of the pitch and create and get on the end of things. So there you go. That is Andy Halliday speaking about Mikey Moore. I said this when we recorded a news bulletin on Tuesday. Do go and check out Joshua's piece on his analysis of Mikey Moore and that win at Dens Park, folks. It's over on the website. It's well worth checking out. Now, let's focus on off-the-pitch matters. This man here, not the most liked individual at Rangers, it's fair to say. That's Chief Executive Officer Patrick Stewart. He's been appointed to the legal and regulatory working group of the European Football Clubs, the EFC. Now, his appointment places Rangers within one of EFC's most influential governance forums, which helps directly shape decisions involving disciplinary frameworks, licensing systems, integrity structures at UEFA, FIFA, and EU level. Stewart said Rangers needs to be present in the rooms where decisions are shaped, both domestically and in Europe, to make sure the interests of our club and supporters are understood. With regulation involving fast having a seat at the table also allows us to anticipate developments and influence them where we can. Now, Greg Marshall, Rangers Head of Fan Engagement and Supporter Liaison Officer, has been appointed to the EFC's newly formed Fans Working Group. So Rangers sit alongside the likes of Atletico Madrid, Man City, RB Leipzig, Feyenoord, and Juventus on that forum. Earlier this year, Natalie Nairn, who is the Business Growth Director at Rangers, she was selected for the EFC's Women on Board programme. And Stewart stated Natalie's progression through the Women on Board programme and Greg's involvement on supporter issues demonstrate our commitment to strengthen our voice within European football, and it will help us improve that, what we do here in Scotland. So, that is a bit of news from behind the scenes with regards to Rangers. Now, two former Rangers employees, a bit of news regarding those two. The kick-off of this chap here, the former Rangers winger Jordan Jones, he admits he regrets the way his Rangers career panned out. Now, the 31-year-old is now at Carlisle United, and he insists he was made out to be one of the worst people on the planet just months before his eventual exit from Ibrox. Now, this stems from the COVID days and the restrictions imposed by the government. He and teammate George Edmondson broke the rules imposed by the government by flouting the rules in place to attend a house party. Now, the SFA subsequently handed out 7-match bans to the pair, who were also fined by Police Scotland and Rangers. Now, speaking to the Belfast Telegraph, Jones said, "That night, me and George Edmondson, we got caught with the COVID rules. The rule we actually broke was you were allowed 6 people in the house and we had 10. So the police came and obviously gave out COVID tickets. You sort of knew the rest. We had to be suspended for 2 weeks. I had to pull out of the international squad and I missed the playoff final for the Euros. I was fined heavily by the club and it was an absolute disaster. It was like Nicola Sturgeon, who of course was the First Minister at the time. Everyone, they were literally in Parliament going, absolutely, we did wrong. I fully accept that we broke the rules, but I remember thinking, Jesus, we're getting made out to be the worst people on the planet. I get it. It comes with being a Rangers player. Things get completely blown out of proportion. I said to George once it had died down after a week, we've got to apologise. We're in the wrong with the rule we've broken. We had 4 more people in the house than we should have had. And then it comes out years later that the government were doing exactly the same. It's just like, wow. So anyway, that actually happened. When we went into Rangers 2 weeks later, we apologised, and the manager, it was Steven Gerrard, of course, was really good with us. He'd seen the amount of grief we took off the media, fans, and everyone in Scotland, with everyone speaking about it, and he was supportive with that. The plan was to play me and George in the next available game, so fans knew it had been put to bed and we were moving forward. Then we got pulled into his office as the SFA had hit us with a 7-game ban. We'd already missed games, and that took us to January. He said it would be difficult to get back in after pretty much 3 months out, which I understood. So we trained with the first team until January, and then we were both looking for loan moves. My partner was pregnant at the time with her boy, who was due in April. Sunderland came in, which made a lot of sense to me because it was 50 minutes from my home. So with a baby on the way, I went there and really enjoyed being at another huge football club. It hit some good form. And then I got a little twinge in my hamstring, which kept me out for a couple of weeks. It knocked me off the level that I was at. I remember we played Portsmouth away, and it was one of the best games I've ever had, to be honest. I got a goal and an assist, and I remember thinking, well, I'm going again here. And then at the end of that game, I did my hamstring. So that was frustrating. He continued as well in this lengthy piece. In my second season as a Rangers player, we won the title. I was on loan with Sunderland when the team clinched it. I congratulated them on social media, and Michael Beale replied saying, "You are part of this." The manager made a point of texting me, thanking me for my efforts for that season and contributing. There's still that part of you that thinks if we didn't have 10 people having a drink on that night, it would never have worked out like this. Then there's a part of me that looks back, and I'm immensely proud that I've played for a football club like that. People forget a few years before, I had absolutely nothing. I had no team, no employer, no career. So to go from that to turning it around and signing for a club like Rangers under someone like Steven Gerrard is a big thing. As much as I look back with frustration, I look back with pride as well. So yeah, very interesting piece there from Jordan Jones. It's fair to say his Rangers stint never worked out as well as he would have liked. But yeah, is it a case of what might have been? Perhaps it was a crazy time back then, wasn't it, during the COVID era. And speaking of another ex-Ranger, do you remember this man here, Harry Watling? Well, he has been confirmed as part of Rob Edwards' backroom staff at Wolverhampton Wanderers. The 35-year-old, who of course was part of Michael Beale's coaching setup at Rangers. He has followed Rob Edwards to Wolves after previously working with Edwards at Middlesbrough in the same capacity. So, yeah, Edwards, of course, replaced Vitor Pereira, who was sacked last weekend. And it's created a bit of a stushy, as you've seen down south, with Middlesbrough and the Middlesbrough supporters not best pleased at Rob Edwards ditching them for his former club at Wolves. But yeah, he will be assisted by Harry Watling at Molineux. Right, folks, that's you up to date with all the Rangers news doing the rounds. Thank you, as ever, for tuning in. Tomorrow morning, I'll be on with Johnny on the briefing at 9:30. So we hope you can join us for that. We've got shows coming your way as well on Saturday and Sunday. So we'll keep you updated with everything with regards to all things Rangers. Right, enjoy the rest of your you are doing, and we'll chat again soon. Bye for now.